Have you guys ever seen digital piss before? Ooh. Oh, it's sticky. Hello guys and welcome back to another... Hold on. One sec. Fucking, whose idea was it to fucking piss on my table for an intro? Oh, that's gonna fucking stick. Hello everybody, and welcome back to another Tech Talk. I'm Sugi Technicals, here to remind you to come down to Vegas for all your gaming needs. Oh, you just tried to commit suicide 2 weeks ago? No problem. Come on down and we'll let you play the next day. But in all seriousness, welcome again guys to FAF Productions. If you want to have a laugh, come to FAF. I know it's an acronym, F-A-F. It doesn't really roll off the tongue, so I just say FAF. FAF Productions. I'm gonna have a new banner and icon and all that shit later on. I'm not really an artist. That shit has to be done through commissions. Today's episode is actually a pretty special one because we have some assistance from the community. What we're going to be talking about is toxicity and what toxic means to me and to all of you guys. So what I did was I made a post on Twitter and I had a couple people send in some submissions of what they think toxic means or an instance of toxicity. So we can dive into it and separate toxic from whatever other bullshit it is, because I feel like toxic has been kind of diluted to the point where it no longer means what it was originally supposed to mean. It's kind of like how people throw around Nazi. You got like feminazis and fucking all this other shit. So first off, let's look at the Merriam-Webster dictionary definition of toxic. First one here, containing or being poisonous material, especially when capable of causing death or serious debilitation. Toxic waste, a toxic radioactive gas, an insecticide highly toxic to birds. Number 2, exhibiting symptoms of infection or toxicosis. The patient became toxic 2 days later. Number 3, which I think is the one that applies most to what we're covering right now, extremely harsh, malicious, or harmful toxic sarcasm. Okay, so number three for... is going to be the one that we're going with. So extremely harsh, malicious, or harmful. I think collectively the term toxic can most commonly be described as something that spreads unnecessary hate pretty much for the sake of it. It has no other purpose besides just inciting, violence, hate towards others, or ignorant statements. For our first example, we are going to hop into what many people can relate instantly is Twitch chat. Twitch chat is probably the most toxic part of any community or any kind of chat group where anonymity is given to the viewer. Because whenever someone doesn't know who you are, you can pretty much say whatever you want without fear of consequence, unless the fucking FBI gets involved or some shit. This explains why Curious Cat is also such a terrible place, because people can basically say whatever the fuck they want about you, and you can't do shit. I mean, you can answer it, and then show everybody, hey, this guy was really mean to me, and he said some bad stuff. But it's like, he's not gonna suffer any consequences for it. People will go on there, and they'll say shit like, McCain bombed Iraq to stop Lima from winning Evo. We can all privately laugh at that because it's so blatantly racist and absurd that no one in their right mind would say that in public. And if they did, it would clearly be a joke. So it's framed as a joke. But one thing that happens, I don't know how often, but, one too many times, is people threatening mass shootings at a place like Evo in Twitch chat. No one stands for that shit, okay? Joking about a shooting, like the day of, or a day after, I'm looking at you, Girthquake, is not fucking funny. I mean, any way you spin it, like if you're wishing death upon people the day that it happened, that's fucking, it's tasteless. It's not nice, Girthquake. You gotta consider all the... Whoa, what the fuck are you doing here?
Hey, what's going on? Hey, Tech, when are you gonna go back to making Fox and Friends skits?
I don't know, man. They weren't really that funny. I mean, this isn't an ESAM PBS special anymore. I gotta grow up.
What? I can be funny. I can be an adult. Fuck, pussy, bitch, nigger, faggot, ass, tits.
Whoa, whoa, chill, Fox. What the fuck, man? We can't be having that on the channel. We got some kids left.
Oh yeah? Whatever. I'll be back, you backstabbing nigger.
Wait, Fox. Maybe I can give you, like, a reoccurring spot as, I don't know, like, Tips with Fox or something, like Fox's Corner.
Alright, fine. But I get to make them about whatever I want.
Alright, just fucking leave, okay? I'm busy right now. Shit. I don't have time for all this fucking stress.
Pussy. Your content sucks anyways. iDubbbz ripoff.
So the next thing we're going to talk about is something that happened at Hyrule Saga. The
Zach's terms. Oh, he's telling the crowd.
chants. So after that happened, a lot of people, you know, took up arms and went to Twitter talking about how terrible it was and fucking how inconsiderate it was to Bayo mains. The Bayo players already get all this hate.
You guys should really be more sensitive when you say stuff like that. When you say, fuck a character, you're actually saying, fuck Captain Zack. And that is incredibly rude. I can't believe any of you would do that. I would never say something like that. I love every character in the game equally.
I don't think it's necessarily a toxic thing, and I don't think it's something that's going to absolutely destroy our community. Shit like that is going to happen. I mean, you just, at some point you gotta shrug it off. If people don't like your character, they don't like your character. But when people start cracking down on you as a person, and they start saying, fuck Captain Zack, or fuck Lima, then that's a point for concern. I would shut those people down immediately, but you can't stop people from disliking a character that they deem the best in the game, which has an amazing array of tools, so it's pretty understandable. I mean, they're not fucking coming out of nowhere with this stuff. And then there's a tweet from Zenu in 2017 that I think perfectly illustrates the idea that I'm trying to get over here. Something annoys me with the "there's something wrong with the Smash community" or "this community is so toxic" comments. People will complain no matter what community it is. People are people. What we've seen so far from the Twitch chat, that's pretty bad. The fuck Bayo chants, that's, it's not really toxic. It might be negative. I get that. It can be toxic based on your perspective. But now we're going to look into some stuff that is objectively bad and actually toxic, which only exists to degrade and has absolutely no positive outcome whatsoever, which I think most accurately depicts the meaning of toxicity. So I'm warning you, what you're about to see is fucking toxic, okay? And I'm gonna hit you bam, 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 okay? And if you can't stomach it, I suggest that you leave the room now and come back in like 20 seconds or however long it takes for me to put those in there.
I hope they air. I feel bad for earthquake victims, but I shouldn't be punished for that. How about in these times we give the rest of the world joy instead of trying to take it away? Stupidity like this is the problem. Average prison time for rape is 10 years. What Hyuga did, touching a woman's leg without permission, that probably wouldn't even result in jail time. Dude didn't even properly feel her up. The 1-year ban was more than fair. This whole future date thing is bullshit, though. They should have told us when to expect the next direct. This is how racism towards Japanese people develops. I really don't want Mr. R to get top 10, but it's likely to happen. Why don't you want to? He's one of my least favorite players. I think his presence at tourneys harms spectacle. This has been less emphasized since he has been getting upsetted more, though.
Have you ever met him, truthfully?
No, I have never met him.
That's pretty toxic. I don't think I could stomach much more of that, but since I'm the messenger, we gotta keep on pressing forward and going to the next one. So this next guy is called Roy Crunch, and I don't want to say this, but I think he's either just as bad or worse than Forbidden One, which, how is that possible? Well, let's take a quick look.
Yes, because you're the only one who still gives an F about this game. Go get a job, even if that is to mop the floor at your local fast food restaurant. You're not relevant whatsoever. Yo, what's up with this weather? Scorching as fuck. AC broke, and all I can do now is wish I were Ally Ultimate, being dropped from C9 and also from the PGR. Damn it, was that a disconcerting cringe. Lame story, Lima. Although lamer ending, you still are a worthless, amorphous, and fetid piece of garbage.
Oh my god! So let's take a quick break from all that jazz and look at an example of someone who actually has power affecting their community in a very toxic manner. Because what we've looked at so far, Twitch chat, they can't do shit. People chanting, they can't do shit. Forbidden One, Roy Crunch, they don't even have, like, they have like fucking 20 followers, can't do shit, alright? The most they've ever done is get on Bad Smash tweets and, you know, collect a little bit of fame from there. But all that's pretty excusable. Now let's look into an example that is not excusable and actually affects people in their communities. Okay, so the original post that was basically alarming everyone that the situation was even happening, seeing that the scale of the event was so small in the first place, appears to be one of his friends, because he didn't want to outright say it. He didn't even have a Twitter yet. But according to him, he had been banned on multiple occasions, them changing the rules on each separate occasion after he won the tournament, and the only real explanation he could get afterwards was that it was their house, and he was winning too much. Because this wasn't a problem before. It wasn't a problem before he was winning and putting in all that hard work. Official Twitter with this hypocritical bullshit saying that they love and respect people that spend their hard-earned money while not allowing him to play because he was performing well in tournament. Now, that was an example of horrible, absolutely terrible TOing, okay? So we have this established way of running tournaments, like Evo, CEO, all that, and this other group, Beat That Guy Gaming, they want to kind of diverge from that. But they do it in the worst way possible. It's understandable. It's their event. It's their business. They can run it however they want. But it's also possible to run a very shitty and very biased business model. So the fact that they consistently change the rules up until banning everyone who is a vendor, that's biased as shit. And what do? They don't even try to hide it. They're on their official Twitter saying the best thing that describes this scenario or situation that they're in is Flow Rida, my house.
Open up the champagne, pop. It's my house, come on, turn it up. Hear a knock on the door and the night begins.
This is my house. I can do whatever the fuck I want here. You can't tell me shit. I make the rules. And if you don't like it, you don't get to go in my tournament.
Oh, all black people can't come to tournaments anymore. We just can't have you. We don't feel comfortable around you. We don't know if you're stealing. We don't know if you're gonna take the very few women that we have left that are locals. It's too fucking dangerous. We can't risk it. Can't risk it. No blacks. No blacks allowed, ever.
Hey man, how you doing?
I'm pretty good, Wormy. How you been?
I've been pretty good. I just won this Meat Fighter little amiibo thing from a Little Rock, Arkansas tournament.
Oh, alright. Well, Wormy, I gotta head out. You know, I gotta take a dank poopy. You know, the wet kind.
Yeah, I understand.
Alright, I'll see you later.
Have a good day, bro.
You too.
Wormy! 16-cent money match right now!
Okay.
Let's go, motherfucker! My god, you suck at this game. That was easy. I two-stopped you. The JK was right, you fucker, okay? Hand over the 25 cents.
It was 15 cents.
Shut the fuck up. I earned it. I two-stopped you, you little bitch.
Frank, I think you're being a little bit toxic.
You dare call me toxic? Ha! I'll show you toxic, you little nerd. Fuck you. Big nigga, get in here now!
Did somebody call Big Nibba?
Over here! Big Nibba! We got him! This is the guy!
Aren't you the TO?
I'm getting paid, okay?
What? I don't even play Bayonetta!
Please get his shit to his car, okay?
Next, we have some very special guests that are going to give their takes on what it means to be toxic.
Personally, I would define toxicity as the act of purposefully being ignorant of the facts so that you can either spread information with the intent of malice or the intent of over-positivity. I think it goes equally in both ways.
Toxic is a word to describe poison. We're not going to harass someone over playing a character, for example. These people are known as toxic people. The toxic people are always just, they're poison. I don't know how else to say it. They're poison and they ruin the community. There are people that just constantly harass people for no reason, just for the sake of getting like retweets or something, even though they didn't even do anything to them.
I think the reason people in this community view me as toxic is because they see what I have to say, and they either don't want to see it on their Smash Twitter timeline, which I understand, or they believe that my opinions, despite in every instance that there has been controversy over them, they view my opinions as wrong when it's easily arguable that there's subjectivity to it and that nobody is really correct.
Some people have described me as toxic in the past, and I want to explain this. Because I have called out people on Twitter. They have seen it as toxic. A call out is not similar to toxicity. Sure, I might have clowned a couple people on Twitter. For example, my ex-girlfriend who cheated on me. And they clowned her, so I retweeted a tweet. It's like, oh bro, your forehead's so big, bro. That's not being toxic, because I'm not constantly harassing the person. I'm not even harassing the person by retweeting the tweet. People are so quick to throw the word toxic on anything they don't like. And I really disagree with that, because it's the people that are constantly going after the person for the sake of going after the person. I see the same people every single time going after one person for something they said.
I definitely love Smash. Like, honestly, it's the gas that keeps my life going. I have made so many friends in this community. I have made so many, just personally, I've grown so much as a person being in this community. I love the games. I can't keep my hands off them. I'm super excited for Ultimate. And I absolutely love the games. And no terrible community, which I don't think the Smash community is terrible, but no community, no matter the quality, would deter me from loving this game, because it's the game itself, not the people surrounding it, that I enjoy. Though I do love a lot of people in the community. Don't get me wrong, this community is incredible. Overall, it's treating me very well.
I love the Smash franchise. I've been playing since Brawl. I got the copy when I was 10. I played Melee at my friend's house before I was 10. I don't know, it's a fun game, but the people that play the game aren't typically the most mature people.
If you're in a disagreement with someone, please at least try to see both sides of it. Because on one end, there's someone who's probably very emotionally charged and feel like they're being ganged up on and no one understands their opinion. And on the other hand, there's a bunch of self-righteous cunts that think that everything they say is basically law. Get off your high horse, stop being such an emotional pussy, and both come to this mutual understanding that will eventually help build the community. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed, remember to leave a like, subscribe, and follow me on Twitter if you want any updates on possible videos and submissions that will be available in the future. I had a lot of help from the community this time, and I appreciate everyone for it. So at the end, I'm going to roll some credits. Go ahead and follow those people, those great people that helped me out and made this video so much easier to produce for all of you guys. Oh, and special thanks to Warmy, Will, Stitch, and Luke for sending in your video clips and audio. Very much appreciated, guys. I hope we can do more collaboration work in the future. I'm always up to collab. If you guys have a decent idea, at least make sure that it either makes sense, or if you have like a sketch you want to do, make sure it's funny. I don't want to do anything fucking cancer. None of that stupid shit, like a Fortnite meme or something. None of that, alright? Alright, I'll see you guys next week.